Have you ever wanted to know how to generate leads for your business? In this video, I'm going to show you my exact steps in generating hundreds of leads. When I started my consulting business about 5 years ago, I wish somebody told me about these tools. And it would have saved me so much time and so much headache in generating qualified leads for my business. But instead, do you know what I did? I went to every single meetup and event around my niche. And you guys know how that is when you go to meetups. It's awkward. You don't know if you should pitch yourself or just be friends with people. And it takes up so much of your time. Whereas now we have AI that simplify it. I'm sure some of these tools were around too 5 years ago when I started my business, but I didn't know about them. But guess what? I got you. If you're here and you want to generate leads for your business, I'm going to walk you through exactly how I do this using Apollo.io. Let's jump right into the tutorial. So, the first thing that you want to do is to make sure that you are clear on who you serve and who you're finding in the system. So for our example today, I am looking for software development teams in Georgia. So companies that provide software development, it could be custom software development for their business, or they could be a SaaS company that creates unique software and sell it to the general public or to a certain sector. When you log into Apollo, you want to be on the People tab. And it shows you right now that there are 87.9 million people in Apollo right now. It could be more, but that's what I have on my list. Apollo is an AI tool that just generates killer leads by using data from LinkedIn. And LinkedIn is amazing. LinkedIn has everything when it comes to doing business with B2B customers as well as B2C. So it's such a great place to get leads from because people on LinkedIn are there for business. They're a serious business doer. All right, enough kidding around. You click on the People tab and then you go through your list of options here. First thing you want to check is that you want to make sure all of your email statuses are verified. So Apollo has a working AI machine in the background that verifies all email addresses. And this is so important because you could have an email address of someone that was employed there possibly 2 months ago or 2 weeks ago. So Apollo gives you the most updated information just by clicking that. And you want quality leads, not just any type of leads. So my next thing that I would do is job titles. So you go here and you want to include, I know it's kind of hard to see, but you see include here and you see exclude. Always check this box to include people with similar titles. So I'm looking for project managers. I'm looking for ITCIO. I want you to note that every time you include a new job title here, your net new list goes lower. If you remember, we're at 87 million people. Now we're at 2.4 million because I've added these few here. So I want my list to be around 2 to 500. 500 is a little too much. It's a sweet spot to be 200, even 150 is great to start off with leads. So my next filter that I am going to do here will be location. So right here, I put Georgia in here. I'm already down at 8.4K. That is awesome. For my niche, I sometimes like to put in the number of employees. Working with companies as an IT consultant, the smaller, like mid-size, are the sweet spot to be at. So I typically work with 100 to 500. That's my sweet spot. Sometimes I'll go up to 2,000 here. And as you can see already, it brought me into 2.7K. So I'll keep it as that for now, unless I find that the other filters makes my list too short. My next filter that I add to this is industry and keywords. So now we get to choose the industries that we want to include in our search and exclude. So like I said, I don't typically work on the exclude unless I'm just specific on something that I do not want in there. So let's look into this, the included one. So IT, technology, and services for sure. I want that. It brought my list to 440. Ooh, very nice. Let's see what else I can find in here. Financial services, perfect. Okay, we're at 609, 601. The next one, I'm thinking healthcare. So let's go and find, we have hospital and healthcare. I love it. So I am going to include hospitality in here and see what we get. So we're at 760. I think that's perfect. So let's keep going down our filter list. So we have our industry, and then we have my favorite of all time is buying intent. So let me tell you what buying intent really is. So as you can see, if you hover here, it literally gives you the definition. How cool. I love this app, by the way. The user experience is just mind blowing. So buying intent is data signals gathered from online research and activity that your ideal companies conduct. Find out what solutions your ideal companies have recently been searching for online. So what that pretty much means is that if these people are searching for business analysts, software development, new initiative, they're hiring for maybe a software developer, then Apollo can pick that up and say, hey, we've had 100 out of 1,000 employees search on this criteria. So you want your buying intent to be high and medium. That's where I like to focus. Just by me clicking high and medium, you see, I already have 160 people. I haven't gone through and talk about my buy intent topics, so I'll go ahead and edit that because these are already topics I put in here months ago that I typically use. And you can put once this opens up is thinking. Okay, so once it opens up, you can now see the different topics that your ideal clients could potentially search. So it's very important that you switch this up, you test different things because you'll be surprised at what you end up finding out. So right now for this list that I'm making, I have software requirements, business process automation, enterprise software, cloud migration software, agile software development, digital choice action. There's so many other things that I can add here. You see that is grayed out because I have 6 already. But if I didn't, I'll be able to select a new one. So now I have 5 out of 6. As you can see now, I have a checkbox next to it that I can check to include. So for our last one, let's do software migration. So we have our 6 buying intent here, and we're going to save that. Are you sure? Be adjusted for another 24 hours. Yep. So let's save our buying intent and get it all refreshed. And we're at 160 leads. Isn't that amazing? So when you're doing this in Apollo, you cannot access the email address until you tell it to. And once you tell it to access it, then it takes away your credit. So you pay monthly on it. You have a certain number of credits, and then you go ahead to access the emails on here. So what I like to do, as you already saw, I filtered already by the high and medium buying intent. If I just wanted to do high, let's see that. Because why not go with the highest and focus your effort? So if I just went with high, I have these individuals that I can connect with on LinkedIn as well as email them. And it has their companies right here for me. That is pretty amazing for you to figure that out. But let's go with the medium and high for now. And then you want to save your search. So always go to save as so that you don't override whatever name that you have. I would do save as BA underscore software underscore, and then I put the date. You can put more details in there. You save your search and then you can export it. It is saved. I have the new name right here. And then you click the box that you want to, the boxes here, the check boxes to export your list. You want to make sure and go down and select all because you want all 81, not just the 25 that shows up on the page. So you see all exported. I like to export my list and then I use a different tool for doing cold email marketing and then also follow up with these individuals on LinkedIn. I hope you found the tutorial helpful. If you did, I want you to comment below and I'll send you my Apollo checklist and the exact filter that I used in this video. So let me know in the comments below what you think.